This classical-looking temple was built in the mid-1700s and is dedicated to the Roman goddess of nature. Find out who she was and where I am in just a moment. Today's house hunt sees us bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Everything so far is just bang on the button.
Your eyes are actually shining as you look around. But will any of our properties get today's buyers to sign on the dotted line? You're both smiling.
Nicely surprised.
Quick, get the checkbook out.
I'm at the romantically named Temple of Diana, set in the Western Park Estate in Shropshire. Now, it was designed by 18th century superstar architect James Payn, whose work can be found in several country house estates, including Chatsworth. He designed this summer house for Sir Henry Bridgman to complement the gardens, which were landscaped by Lancelot Capability Brown. James Payn also worked on revisions to the house, and I'll be taking a peek inside later. But for now, let's stay outside and enjoy the beautiful countryside that this region has to offer. The county of Shropshire is situated in England's West Midlands region and is bordered by Herefordshire. The Shropshire Hills lay claim to being formed from the greatest variety of rocks from different ages in the world. 200 years ago, pioneering geologists Roderick Murchison and Charles Lapworth made many important discoveries here. The names they gave to local stones, such as Caradoc, Wenlock and Ludlow, have been adopted worldwide for rocks of the same era. Although relatively unpopulated, the county is home to many pretty villages and historic towns. Ludlow grew up around its Norman castle, built in 1086. It became a prosperous wool centre, and many medieval timber frame buildings built on the back of this wealth still survive. The history and beauty continues into neighbouring Herefordshire. A deeply rural and sparsely populated county, there's a long history of farming here, and it's home to one of the oldest pedigree beef cattle breeds. So whether you're looking for a historic stopover or a more permanent foundation, Shropshire and its neighbour Herefordshire are fertile ground for a brief or a long-term country escape. Although the average cost of a detached house in the UK stands at £326,000, the good news is that if you're buying a country home in Shropshire or Herefordshire, you can spend tens of thousands less than that, particularly if you want to go truly rural and head for the Welsh borders. The historic towns do carry a premium. They have cultural cachet and are well connected, both driving forces in the move for today's buyers. Our couple, Patrick and Claudine, met over 15 years ago on a ferry from Portsmouth to Saint-Malo. And Patrick's attempts at franglais continue to be a source of amusement.
He was trying to speak French to us, and he doesn't speak French very well.
No, I'm trying to go, oui, oh mes frères, as if they'd understand. And so it was quite fast, all the funny side of it, actually. We started to chat, and then later on we exchanged telephone numbers, and the rest is history.
That history includes marriage and a joint move back to Claudine's homeland of France, where they've been living in the Châteauvieux Alps for the last 14 years. Now retired, they both spent much of their working lives in England. Irish-born Patrick was MD of his own telecoms business, and Claudine was a PA. And they've decided the time is right to return.
We've been considering moving to England for the last 3 years. Our house is really too big. We live in the middle of nowhere. It's very remote, and it can be very, very hot in summer and very cold in winter. England is beautiful because it's green, and I know it rains a lot, but it's not not too bad.
But
I like the rain.
it's going to be a challenge leaving France, because I've immersed myself into the French culture.
But he will be able to speak English again, so. But he was getting better in French. You're getting good.
Oh, thank you, Prof.
And when it comes to finding a home in England's green and pleasant land, Claudine and Patrick have their eye on Shropshire.
We went to visit some friends, and I completely fell in love with it because it's so green.
I'm going to enjoy to be able to walk into an English pub. The ambience of an English pub is totally different to a cafe in France.
As well as visits to Shropshire pubs, the couple hope to pursue their existing hobbies and find some new ones.
My hobbies are singing, writing. I write a lot, and Nordic walking.
Which we do now, and we would like to keep that up.
Because England is perfect for Nordic walking. And I would like to take up archery.
Well, we both like to do that because I quite fancy that as well.
Joining them on the move will be their beloved dog Celtic. But to make the dream a reality, they have to find the right home, and they're setting the bar high.
It's hopefully a lifetime decision because we are hoping not to move anymore after that. So it's not a wow factor that we need, it's a fall in love factor.
Patrick and Claudine are happy to be anywhere in Shropshire, but they particularly like the market town of Ludlow and are after good transport links to Birmingham Airport. But before I start showing them houses, we're meeting in their chosen county to discuss what they're hoping for from their new home. Well, welcome to a very beautiful Shropshire. I suppose I should say to you, welcome back to England.
Yeah, yes.
It's time to close the door on the
Yes.
French chapter of your life,
Yes.
open a new one here in Shropshire. So what are we looking for? Tell me about the house that you both imagine living in.
Well, we're going to go very English. A lovely old English style English nook fireplace, big kitchen, country cottage garden type. A reasonably sized garden, not huge. So long as it's big enough, we've got a dog.
So you want full-on English country cottage?
Yes.
Every cliche.
Nothing less.
Have you been in many cottages, Patrick?
I know you're going to say my height.
Just cross my mind.
Just quickly, yeah. Yes, the cottages. I understand where you're coming from.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an open mind on that one for now. Let's move on. Let's move on to the practicalities. So what about in terms of bedrooms, living space?
Well, if we could have at least 3 bedrooms, and I need one room for myself because I write and I need peaceful and quiet when I write.
Would you be happy to do a bit of border hopping if you had to do?
Yeah, Herefordshire is quite beautiful. We wouldn't mind that.
So remind me of the budget that we're working with for the search.
Our budget is 400 to 450,000 top.
We have some fantastic properties lined up to show you.
Great.
So shall we get started?
Can't
Yes,
wait.
absolutely.
So for a maximum budget of £450,000, Patrick and Claudine are looking for a classic cottage with period features and an English country garden. They'd like at least 3 bedrooms and a writer's den for Claudine. A conservatory would be a bonus, and they're happy to explore over the border into Herefordshire. We have a selection of wonderful homes to tempt them with, and after each viewing, they'll be guessing the asking price before it's revealed. The final property on the tour is our mystery house, and this one could test just how attached they are to their wish list. Our house hunt is taking us to the Shropshire hamlet of Pentry. 4 miles away, the small town of Clun has several shops and services, including a couple of butchers, post office facilities, and a choice of pubs. A 15th century pack-horse bridge crosses the river from which the town takes its name. Back in Pentry, the property we've come to see sits back from a quiet lane in the small rural settlement. So let's just settle here and take a look at this beautiful farmhouse that I brought you to see. It's got lots of character and surrounded by a beautiful garden.
For me, obviously, having been born in the country,
Straight away, that's feeling familiar and
Yes.
like
Yeah,
home, is
exactly,
it?
yeah.
It's really beautiful.
You've got space, you've got lovely views, you've got countryside, but your compromise is Ludlow is 14 miles away and the villages are a few miles away.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
let's not count anything out because of that.
Should we explore?
Oh, yes.
Why not?
Let's go see this. Dating back to the 1700s, this former farmhouse has recently been restored. We're starting our tour through the porched entrance and into the first of 2 charming and rustic reception rooms. So let's start in here.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, yes.
I really like this.
Yes. Oh, look at
Again,
the fireplace.
Fireplace is
Yes,
fantastic.
huge.
This is one of two rooms off the main entrance hall. So there's another one echoed on the other side, equally as big, as impressive, with another
right.
fireplace. And the thing I thought you would like is the ceiling height.
Actually, I noticed that.
You've got character,
Yeah, you've got character and height.
but everything is in keeping.
In keeping.
So
yeah,
it's been rewired, it's had everything that you need doing to it, but it's not lost its appeal.
It's a lovely room.
Okay.
Yeah, I like.
Leading off this room into the extended part, we find a large kitchen breakfast room, which I hope will make Claudine feel at home.
Well, it's got plenty of
Yes.
room, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Spacious.
I actually think it has quite a French feel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yes,
Is that-
yes, I do as well. And with the table, it looks French as well.
You'd get
Yeah.
your farmhouse table in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, so that's
That's all good.
that's a good
Yes.
start. Let's take a look upstairs because also you can really see the quality of the renovation work upstairs as well. There's some beautiful woodwork.
Okay.
I'm pleased with those positive reactions to the character features on the ground floor. Upstairs are two further levels offering 4 double bedrooms, including 2 guest bedrooms on the top floor, which both feature exposed beams and eave storage. Down on the first floor, the bathroom serves a further guest double with exposed stone and timbers, which is a recurrent theme in the master.
Oh, that's big.
It is big.
Spacious.
Yes.
I really like it.
Yeah, I do. as well.
I really like
Yes.
it. It's fantastic. I really like it, the inside.
I like a bed facing the window because we like to watch outside.
You could definitely do that.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This definitely works for me.
Okay, well, you've got a good feel for the inside of the house, so let's go and explore the garden.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. The property is set in a third of an acre of south-facing garden, a plot that offers large areas of lawn and several established trees. It's enclosed by a dry stone wall and located in a very pretty valley. Very sheltered.
Yes. Yeah, very.
Very peaceful setting as well.
And you can just spot, just over there in the distance, the sheep
Oh,
Yeah.
down
yes.
in the
Yeah.
valley.
Exactly. How rural can you get? I really like it.
Let's turn our thoughts to the price and what you think this may be on the market for.
Price.
I really haven't got a finger on the button on the English market. I'm going to go £435,000.
No, I would say that it is just on the budget, 450.
It's on the market for £425,000.
Oh.
Wow, that's good news.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Very good.
You're both smiling.
Nicely surprised.
Quick, get the checkbook out.
Look, I know this is a really big move
Yeah.
for both of you. So I'm glad that we've had such, a great reaction. But go back inside, take another look around.
Okay.
Come and find me when
Yes.
you're ready.
Will do.
£25,000 shy of the maximum budget. This 18th century farmhouse is packed with country character and gives them a generous kitchen and 2 further reception rooms, both with original fireplaces. There's 1 more bedroom than they asked for, as well as a mature south-facing garden.
I was very impressed as I walked in. I thought, this is a serious-looking farmhouse. Everything about it had a good feel. I was quite taken back by the fireplaces. So I could see myself living here with a big open inglenook fireplace roaring and a glass of wine.
I was surprised by the size of the garden, and it will be good for my dogs. He will be happy here. We wanted somewhere within walking distance from shops. And so we'll have to think about that because we want this to be our last move and we don't want to regret it.
So you feeling positive?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I think that was a great end to a good day's house hunting.
It was
Yes.
Come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Yes.
Shropshire's 3,400 miles of public rights-of-way, along with its beautiful network of waterways, make it the perfect rural playground for outdoor enthusiasts. In the mid-19th century, one Shropshire physician, Dr. William Penny Brooks, was so concerned about the lack of opportunities for the working classes to enjoy physical activities and the negative impact this had on their health, that he decided to create an event to inform and inspire the local townsfolk. 150 years later, and his Wenlock Olympian Games have gone from strength to strength, attracting not just locals but competitors from all over the world. As Claudine and Patrick are keen to pursue some active hobbies once they move to the area, we're sending them to meet Mac Bardsley from the Wenlock Olympian Society to find out about the significance of the event.
Was it quite unique at the time?
Oh, yes, sure. There's no way anything like this was happening anywhere else in the country. The idea that the working classes took part in physical exercise and sport for leisure purposes was just totally unknown elsewhere.
Right. And what does the Olympian Games mean to the people of Shropshire?
They generate a lot of interest. Every year we have our Olympian Games. We have something like 23 different events. Hundreds of people take part, young and old, and really well attended.
What started as a local sporting competition went on to have global significance when, in 1890, the French aristocrat and educator Pierre de Coubertin was invited by Dr. Brooks to see the Wenlock Games for himself. He was so impressed that in 1896 he decided to organise his own event, which became the modern Olympic Games.
And of course, in 2012, the mascot for the Olympic Games was called Wenlock. Remember the one with the single eye?
Right.
Yeah. So that was why.
I didn't realise that.
Archery is one sport at the Wenlock Olympian Games, with former competitors at Wenlock going on to compete and win medals at the International Olympics. It's an activity Patrick and Claudine are interested in taking up, so they're getting a taster with the vice chairman of a local club, Jonathan Walton from the Bowbrook Archers.
So tell us a bit about your archery club.
Well, this is Bowbrook Archers, one of 10 clubs in Shropshire, so archery is very active here. It's becoming a very popular sport, as in the Olympics, Paralympics and so on. It's very much a community. Have you tried archery before?
No, never.
No.
Well, what a great opportunity. Let's go and have a go.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yes, great.
Bows and arrows probably date back to the Stone Age, when they were used for hunting. By the Middle Ages, archery played a central role in European warfare. But with the advent of firearms, it moved to being a competitive pursuit for the upper classes. However, the Wenlock Games made the sport accessible to a wider section of Victorian society. In the UK now, there are around 50,000 archers, 800 of whom are in Shropshire.
I'm going to load the first arrow, OK?
Yeah.
So it sits on that little rest, and it goes in between the two little metal rings. Now, I want you to pull that back to the corner of your mouth and aim that at the middle of the target.
The most popular form of the sport is target archery, where the aim is to get as close to the yellow centre circle as possible.
Yes!
Where is it?
In the blue. Fantastic.
The target, or boss, is typically made from compressed foam or straw, and that yellow centre is called the gold.
Whoa! What?
See,
Bonsai.
first time looking.
Fantastic.
Patrick and Claudine are holding the bows by what's known as the pistol grip, whilst the bowstring rests against the three fingers of the drawing hand, firing the arrow when these are relaxed.
Well, I think that was amazing. Really good. Both of you did extremely well. We'd be very happy to see you back
We'd
here.
be more than
God,
happy
yes.
to be here.
Yes.
Come and do a beginner's course and
Thank
then...
you very much.
And enjoy it.
It certainly looks like Patrick and Claudine have struck gold when it comes to finding a new hobby. But it remains to be seen if we're on target with finding them their new country home. We're in Shropshire helping Patrick and Claudine make the move from France to the British countryside. We've already seen some great property for their budget of £450,000. But there's more to see, including our mystery house, which could well lead to a breathtaking conversion.
The whole thing for me so far is from the gate, it's blown me away.
And I discover the architectural vision of a leading lady in Shropshire's history.
This is the original front of the house as it would have been envisioned by Lady Elizabeth Wilbraham in 1671.
So a lady with a bit of foresight to come up with this. It's the second day of our house search, and I wonder how Claudine and Patrick are feeling now they've had the evening to reflect. I mean, moving to not just a different county, but a different country must be exciting, but also quite a daunting prospect. But we have a whole new day of house hunting ahead, and I have high hopes for our mystery house, which is going to test our couple on just how close to a community they really want to be. But before that, we're heading 5 miles from the Welsh border to the Herefordshire village of Lingen. Surrounded by wooded hills, its name is thought to mean place of sparkling water. The village pub dates back to the 1700s, and the story goes that it's named after an ill-fated ship whose reclaimed timbers were used in its construction. It's just a 5-minute walk from here to the location of our next house. So here we go. How do you feel about pink?
Oh, I like pink.
I had you down as a pink man, Patrick.
Yeah, actually, I really like the
Yes.
lawn.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
Very,
I'm optimistic.
yeah,
Yes.
I love the way it flows in. It's inviting you in.
Well, let's go in then, if that's what it's saying to you. Let's go and take a look.
Absolutely.
A great first impression for this recently renovated detached cottage that dates back to the 1900s. Going through the front porch, the large entrance hall leads through to the kitchen diner, which offers the good proportions Patrick and Claudine are looking for.
Oh.
It's very clean, it's modern, but it's got the oak floors. There is room for a nice big table,
Yeah.
as you can see. And then what I really love is the triple aspect.
Yes.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I really like this.
I like a door leading outside in the kitchen.
And if you turn behind you, that's another thing I particularly like in a kitchen.
Yes.
Love that in a kitchen.
Come on, any more?
Cosy, cosy.
Yes.
I mean, if you want the kitchen to be the heart of the home, this for me really feels like it in this
Yes.
house. It feels like you'd spend a lot of time in here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I like it very
Yes.
much. Yes.
that's a big thumbs
Yes.
up.
This works.
Yeah.
This works.
Good, this is great. Well, let's try and keep this momentum going and
Right.
explore some more.
Okay.
Follow me. Retracing our steps through the hall, which is large enough for a reading area, we reach the main sitting room, and I hope it measures up. What do you think?
It's a bit small for me.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit small, but it's not a deal breaker. And I like the windows and the door going out. It's bringing a lot of light in.
You're not as convinced, are you?
No,
No, I can see you've
find
got a
it
bit of a sad
small.
face.
Yes.
It's perhaps lacking a focal feature in here, a
Yes,
fireplace.
fireplace.
You could always take a few walls down and open it up. The style and space in the sitting room are falling short for Claudine. Off the entrance hall, there's also a good cloakroom with room for the white goods. Although opinions on the interior have been a little divided, let's see if we can build on that positive response to the kitchen as we head upstairs to explore the 3 bedrooms. At the front of the house, a large, light-filled double enjoys views of the garden and the surrounding countryside. At the back, a smaller bedroom is currently used as an office and sits beside a smart family bathroom. Then we come to the 3rd and largest room, the master ensuite. So straight into a lovely, bright, airy master bedroom.
Yeah.
Windows on 2 sides. There's a good-sized ensuite,
That's
yes.
hitting the spots.
Very, yeah.
but the views are lovely from up here.
In bed,
Yes.
looking straight out. I'm taking in the view. I'm taking in the view at the moment. No, this is really it's good. It's good size, ensuite, perfect.
Yes. The sun is coming in. I like that. It's beautiful, yes.
Happily, upstairs lifted their spirits, especially Claudine's. So let's see if that continues outside, where the half-acre plot includes an oak-framed carport, above which there's a room where Claudine might find inspiration for her writing. As well as an immaculate lawn, there's a sunken patio by a brook, marking the garden's boundary. Well, it's such a pretty spot,
Yeah, I
isn't
like
it?
it.
And
Love
this is, I think, is the perfect spot to enjoy it from.
Yeah.
Is it a sun trap?
And this is, I imagine, a great place just to sit and enjoy the sun and enjoy the views.
As Claudine said, it's a little sun trap, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it smiling?
Yes.
Yes, because you know what's coming up. Let's get the prize.
Yes.
Claudine, what do you think?
I would say £435,000.
Okay.
I'm going to go 440,000.
It's actually on for over your budget. So it's on for £475,000. However, we have spoken to the owner and he would consider an offer from people in your position of £450,000.
Yeah.
Good to know, yes. Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised. The house is good. It's really good.
Yes.
There's something about this that's getting the two of you, isn't there?
Yeah, yes.
It's tearing at me.
So go and have another look around, see
Yeah.
how you feel about it, and come and find me when you're ready.
Will do.
Okay. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Although £25,000 over budget, this renovated cottage is open to offers and has plenty of appealing features. It gives them the large sociable kitchen they asked for, as well as 3 bedrooms, including a dual-aspect master ensuite. The half-acre grounds are bordered by a brook, and the edge of village location means the pub is within walking distance.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good size.
Yeah.
I could use it as my little den.
Your escape. Yeah.
Yes.
Fabulous. Like this?
Yeah. Well, I think the house is really, really pretty with a pink, which looks like an English cottage. And I like the kitchen. It's big, and there is a table. Okay, there is an island, but it's a very practical island. Very disappointed with the lounge. No fireplace, strangely enough. That's one of the things I really wanted, the fireplace in the lounge.
It really is spacious, open. I'd love it. I could see having walked around here with my dog as well.
Overall, I would be very tempted.
I was just sat here thinking, it's a shame we can't walk to the pub.
Yes.
But we can't, because
can't.
we've got more to see.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Shropshire is full of beautiful buildings that chart the county's architectural history. But behind their walls, the stories of those who built them offer an intriguing insight into the past. Weston Park House, on the Shropshire and Staffordshire border, was the vision of an extraordinary woman, Lady Elizabeth Wilbraham. Considered by some to be the first known female architect, her social standing meant she employed male architects to execute her cutting-edge ideas. I'm meeting Andrea Webster from the charitable trust that now looks after this impressive estate to find out more about the formidable woman behind the facade. I mean, I just don't know where to look because you've got this incredible view out there, and then you've got the view of the house, which is just so elegant, isn't it?
It's quite beautiful, isn't it? This is the original front of the house as it would have been envisioned by Lady Elizabeth Wilbraham in 1671.
So a lady with a bit of foresight to come up with this. What was she like?
She was a very canny character, very ambitious, very ahead of her time. This was very much her vision. She instructed the architect William Taylor by using her own version of Palladio.
Born Elizabeth Mitten, after marrying the heir to the Wilbraham baronetcy, she used her extensive European honeymoon to educate herself in architectural styles and practices, meeting the creator of the Dutch Baroque, as well as studying the works of Palladio in Venice. Inside the house, there's evidence of Elizabeth's architectural zeal.
And this is the book where it all began. This is Lady Elizabeth Wilbraham's annotated copy of Palladio's first book of architecture. So this is where she drew her inspiration for the look of the house.
So this was showing her strength and you know, right down to designing it, deciding what she wanted it to look like.
This is essentially her lookbook for how she then instructed the architect.
All these notes that she's written, what are the notes all about?
She's talking about quantities of stone, where materials are going to be sourced from, who they're sourced by, how much she's going to pay, how much she's not going to pay, when she wants everything delivered, and how far it needs to travel, and how much it's going to cost per mile.
Subsequent generations have added their mark to Elizabeth's legacy. This 3,000-tome Victorian library was the work of the 3rd Earl of Bradford, when newly made rail links to London brought many guests to the house for fashionable parties. Rooms like this were created to accommodate and no doubt impress his influential social circle.
This would have been the dining room until the third Earl made his improvements upon the house.
But this is a fantastic room. I mean, these books, the Victorians really did love their books, didn't they?
They certainly did love their books, yes. They also loved their secret doors as well.
Why would they have had a dummy door?
It's all about symmetry and making sure that everything is seamless. So you didn't want any gaps anywhere, so you've got this completely book-lined room. Do you want to find it?
I'd love to find it. OK, what do? Do we press the spine of a book or no?
Or you could press this button here.
Ah. And you get out to the beautiful gardens. How fabulous. In the 18th century, the gardens were landscaped by Lancelot Capability Brown and included the addition of the Temple of Diana, where musical performances often took place amongst a menagerie of exotic birds. At this time, the family had newfound wealth due to rents drawn from common land, as well as the exploitation of minerals such as coal on the household's sizable land holdings. Some of that wealth was spent on alterations, and many items were added to the estate's collections, including an impressive selection of Gobelin tapestries commissioned in Paris. They're absolutely beautiful. It is so hard to imagine when you're here that these walls are covered with millions of individual stitches creating these beautiful things.
They are quite stunning. They depict the love of the gods. So you've got Venus coming out of her shell over there. So they were only one of 6 sets commissioned for country houses.
And I think what's quite remarkable in here is just still, the colours and how amazingly preserved they are.
They are in incredibly good condition. The family made great efforts to conserve them in terms of light levels and humidity, which we continue today.
Because, if walls could talk, what a story these would be telling, because each generation does seem to have been adding its own mark.
Yes, leaving their own statement on the estate.
However, like many country estates, Weston Park became unsustainable as a family home and in the 1980s was gifted to the nation by the 7th Earl. It's now open to visitors on a seasonal basis, including rooms like the next, a rather fitting homage to this home's architectural visionary. Wow, there's an awful lot of watchful female faces in this room.
They are looking at you from all angles, aren't they?
Yeah, it has a very light feminine feel in here.
It has. This room features the Lady Elizabeth Wilbraham herself over there on the far wall.
I mean, the real feeling I get in here in particular is that I could just sit down on that magnificent sofa that looks so comfortable and just relax in here.
This room has been very recently refurbished by the foundation, so it's given a little bit more of a relaxing feel to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really lovely seeing actually Lady Elizabeth up there sort of looking over us, and although her immediate family are not using it, other families are.
They are. They're using it, enjoying it and making their own memories here.
From the 17th century imagination of possibly the first female architect to her modern-day legacy, Weston Park has a very evocative story. Let's hope our house search with Claudine and Patrick inspires them to move to this beautiful area. We'll be seeing the Mystery House, of course. What do you think we're going to show you? Any ideas?
I think it's going to be modern, because we ask for a character property.
Well, you're definitely going to take us out of our comfort zone. Maybe a barn conversion, but something way off. Or you might even take us into an apartment.
Ah, OK, some interesting ones there. Well, all will be revealed, and I'm certainly not going to tell you yet.
No.
Our mystery offering is in the Herefordshire hamlet of Hamnish. A couple of miles away, the historic market town of Leominster offers a good selection of facilities. Once the source of Leominster wool, highly prized all over Europe in the late Middle Ages, the town prospered, and in the 18th century was also home to a large cotton mill. Back in Hamnish, in peaceful country surroundings, our mystery proposition is set to challenge our house buyers with attached neighbours, despite its discreet and very secluded approach. So, the Mystery House. You have to get through this little secret garden to see it properly, so come on.
Look at this.
It's a barn conversion.
I wasn't far wrong, was I?
It's one of 9 properties in this development. So it was originally a farm with outbuildings. This was the old granary barn. You are very close to your neighbours here. You've got one right on either side. How do you feel about that?
I don't have a problem with it.
I never lived in a terraced house, but it doesn't look like a terraced house. It's very private. The garden is very private. That's the main thing. It's
Really
like a secret garden.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's got the great features that come with a barn conversion. You've got that lovely big window.
Yes.
That's what I've always loved about barn conversions.
Lights.
Plenty of light.
Well, should we go and see what's beyond the big window?
Let's go.
The secluded country character of this home has left Claudine and Patrick unconcerned about the prospect of near neighbours. Converted around 10 years ago, many of the original features of the building, like the diamond-shaped lattice brick windows, have been retained. Inside, the rectangular footprint is split into 2 L-shaped spaces on the ground floor, starting with an impressive kitchen diner. And in this one, you come straight into the kitchen.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Oh.
See the old windows here?
That's a nice feature, isn't it?
It is.
Diamond.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Beautiful design.
Yeah.
That's off to a good start then. Let's move through to the living space. There's something in there you're going to like.
Ah, okay.
So we're going to pass through a little airing cupboard.
Yep.
You've got a downstairs bathroom in there.
Ah,
Then
you need.
the living room.
Ah.
I thought you might like that.
And guess what? This is an omen. White lilies. Ever since we first met, I've always given Claudine white lilies.
Oh, that's so
Don't
sweet.
well up
That's
now.
nice. I know, it was me that's welling up.
The whole thing for me so far is from the gate, it's blown me away.
Just got that feeling
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
have you?
yeah. It's the first one that I've got it all from beginning to inside. Everything so far is just bang on the button.
Your eyes are actually shining
Yeah.
as you look around. It's definitely,
Yeah.
having an impact on you. Let's go upstairs and let's hope that this continues, because for me, I think if anything, the upstairs has even more wow factor than down here. Everything about this mystery property seems to be resonating with both of them. Upstairs, the sympathetic style and finish continues, with 2 large guest bedrooms, both featuring exposed timber and floor-level windows, and one of which is currently used as a study that could well make Claudine's writer's room. The family bathroom really showcases that latticed brickwork feature, whilst the 3rd bedroom is an impressive double ensuite. So, the master bedroom.
Ooh. I really like
Once again, I'm really blown away. It's so
very
beautiful.
much to our taste.
Behind the door here, there's an ensuite as well. So, yeah, and it's a good-sized bedroom. You fit some.
Oh, you've
These
got
are big
plenty of-
pieces of
yeah, yeah.
furniture. Okay, well, that's a really positive reaction to the house. So let's move outside. There's quite a lot to talk about, and I think you're going to like the area around here as well.
Yeah.
The interior design and layout of our mystery house is winning them over. And this beautiful barn conversion also comes with a good-sized private garden to the front, with mature shrubs and trees, along with the flagstone terrace. To the rear, there are large communal grounds, where beautiful lawns surround a feature stone cider press. With those stunning views over the countryside towards Ludlow, will they feel the mystery package is enticing enough to compromise on that shared outside space and want to become part of this community?
With neighbours, it's not so isolated. Yeah, that's
And yet, it's very. It looks very private.
It does.
It's amazing.
really, really, really is stunning,
It's
beautiful,
yes.
and also it's been tastefully decorated.
Oh yes.
OK, well, now you know what's coming here. It's time to guess the price.
It's so beautiful and so well done. I think it's over budget.
OK.
I think it's £460,000.
I'm going to take a bang and hope I'm right. I'm going to say right on budget.
£450,000.
£450,000, yeah.
I'm very happy to tell you both that it's actually on for under your budget.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's on for £425,000.
that is good news.
yes.
Imagine yourself and your big pieces of French furniture
Yes.
in there.
We already know where to put the mirror.
That's a good sign. Go and do some more of that,
Yes,
please.
thank you.
You know, it's always such a brilliant sign, isn't it, when people start to mentally think about where their own furniture's going to go. To hear these two have been doing that, that's brilliant news. £25,000 below budget, our mystery house has so much of the English country character Patrick and Claudine are after. There's a kitchen diner, plus a reception room with feature fireplace, and a total of 3 bedrooms, including a master ensuite. A lovely landscape private garden is complemented by extensive communal grounds, from which there are far-reaching views.
As soon as I walked in through the gate, absolutely fantastic.
It's absolutely so merveilleux. I cannot find the word in English. The kitchen is spacious. There is enough room for a table, and which leads into the lounge. In every room, I was amazed. I really love it.
It's beautiful. You've got a nice terrace area you can sit, and you've got the garden at the back. Everything works. Everything works. This house is certainly drawing me towards it. Ah, Ginny.
I have a feeling we may have ended things on a positive note. So it's time to go and have a chat now. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah?
Come on, come and spill the beans.
Okay.
Well, it's the end of our house hunt in this beautiful countryside, so it's time to have a chat with our couple. But I don't think it takes a detective to solve the mystery of which house stood out for them. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
At the end of our search. I'm quite intrigued to see what the two of you are going to say.
The mystery house was, oh God, I don't know. I was lost for words. Even when we just opened the gate, when I saw the garden, which was a lovely, pretty garden.
So I have to ask you, is there a what next? Because I know that this is the start of a really big adventure for you, but, you know, what are your thoughts now?
Well, we're going to go back and have another look to the mystery house.
Yes.
I'm absolutely thrilled.
Yeah.
We wish you so much luck, and we really hope that that does become your home here. And if it doesn't, I know you're going to be happy wherever you end up.
Well, we'd like to thank you, Jean. Fantastic experience, hasn't it?
Yes, thank you very
Thanks
much.
again, yeah?
Thank you
Great.
so much.
You
And
have?
all that remains to be said is bon chance. It's the end of our search, and I'm delighted that our mystery house proved to be such a hit that Claudine and Patrick are heading back for a second look. I hope we've helped our international couple begin the next chapter of their life together in not just a new county, but a new country. Join me next time. If you would like to escape to the country in Wales, Scotland, England or Northern Ireland and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.